Make sure that ain't getting hot. Oh. Just touch it.
No.
Not yet. Once I start making this sucker bigger and bigger, it will.
I don't want it too big.
Dad does.
You make it too big and I'm going in the house.
Why do you think I normally go inside? I said, why do you think I normally could go inside?
That's on you can hear us.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. Yeah. You're gonna learn what fire is.
One way or another.
Okay. When I was burning out here, she thought that she could go over it and smell it. She got as close as the wood to the fire and realized it's hot.
You're live. I have to figure out how to get it on the. I hope we're live. Get down. Get down. To turn things up. Yes, I love you. Yes. I cannot see the stream. No. Chance for everybody to get in here. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the love. Yes. Thank you so much. Hey. Pain in the butt. I guess we're fine. If I could ever get this thing to go. Let's see. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No, that's not what I wanted. No. Wrong one. Oh, come on. Shut up.
Well, that's like you showing her. Good girl.
For some reason, it says it is, but it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
on mine.
Huh?
I'm on mine.
Because it wasn't showing up on that other. Come on, Holly girl. Well, hello everybody. Sorry, had to get things set up. Yes, I got Maya. Now I got Maya and Holly on my lap, trying out, and I'm getting chewed up by Maya. Come on, stop. Thank you. So, how's everybody doing? I was going to plug that in. Oh well. Sorry guys, I'm getting things kindly set up here. Things are, for whatever reason, everything I've got is either dead or not working. There we go. There we go. See, it doesn't. What do you want? Because this thing, I've got 2 channels going, and
Again.
huh? I need
I
to.
just went into my.
No, I need to know. Okay. Oh, I found us. We are not tracking. I hate. We are not tracking severe weather in Arkansas, guys. This is not right. Okay. Guys, I got I got to change some things. Thumbnail for one, nobody had ever seen me. But we are not tracking severe weather in Arkansas. I'm gonna keep it. I got to change the thumbnail because it does not represent what we're doing, and hopefully I don't have. So bear with me just a minute. I got to change a few things so that people can actually find us, because I have, for some reason. Dang it! Why are you doing this? Technology, you gotta love it. You just gotta love it. I can't even do that. Gotta find the right thumbnail. Because I did all this on my computer instead of off my phone. And for some reason it decided to really jack up, and I don't know why. And this phone's gonna die, so do we know we're in like another? No, it's not what I asked for. We'll get going here in a minute, folks. There. Now that's a little better. Little more better. Description is like way off. Okay, this one's not going. Delete that. I don't know why it starts 2 channels, 2 streams. No idea. Okay, there we go. Anyway, good to have everybody here, guys. This is Fireside Chat. The description's all jacked up. I have to go back and fix that. But we got a lot to talk about from yesterday, because I got some interesting news for you guys that actually happened about 2 hours ago. Here in the state of Arkansas, about 20 miles from my house, and I was nowhere near it. So I can start with that. Good to have everybody in here. I don't need to hear myself. Thank you. But great to have everybody here. This is Fireside Chat. Do not pay attention to the description because I'm pretty sure it says something about tracking weather, and we're not tracking weather. We're going to be talking about weather. But anyways, yesterday was something else. I do want to talk about that. We did have some storms roll through, which is, they were pretty impressive. I mean, we had a little storm that created its own little outflow boundary, and it eroded all the way down to Little Rock and then disappeared. But in all of that, and you can go look it up, I can show you links. I cannot show it on the stream, but I can post links of the possible, and I say this cautiously, possible tornado that touched down somewhere between Carlisle, Arkansas and Lonoke about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. We were actually getting some dinner at the Waffle House, and it decided to plant one. And let me go grab the links because I say, okay. Getting boogie. It's getting boogie out here. Alright, so I'm going to post this link. Now, you guys, I want you to go look at this because this just literally happened like literally 2 hours ago. Since nobody's out here and people don't like, I have not shaved, so it's okay. Hey guys. So we had literally an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. God, I look like a scrub. Whew, we had a possible small, and I mean tiny tornado out of nowhere on a very, very small cell, not tornado warned, not even severe warned. And it just, looking at that, looking at the radar, I was watching, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I saw it had a landspout tag on it. And then I saw the video and I went, interesting, because it's grinding up the ground. So it's probably more, but anyways, that's our big news. We had a landspout. I'm going to call it a landspout because they haven't gone out and assessed it, and I don't even know if it actually did any damage. I think it tore up the building or something like that. And we're rotating. Hey, Miss Annie, good to have you here. Thank you for being here. Hey, Tammy. But anyways, that's my big news. I'm showing my face because it's still light out. Once it gets dark, you're going to be looking at the fire, and all of that. So I believe I got to go check Twitch out because I should be streaming over there as well. If everything goes right, we should be streaming on Twitch. And I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, maybe it's not. It's supposed to be. Yeah, ain't that interesting. So apparently I'm not on Twitch. Thought I was. Supposed to be. Anyways. We're not on Twitch. That's all right. I'm not going to try to redo everything just for that. But really what I want to talk about is yesterday. Yesterday, if you're watching any stream, there was a bunch of streams going on yesterday. That's why I called this, we're decompressing after the storm, because I know there was a bunch of folks that, were watching streams. I know I was. I was with Storm Runner Media yesterday, moderating, and they started talking about that storm up there, and I started looking at it, and I was like, oh crap, and then I started seeing the debris ball, and let me tell you, I got scared. I'm 1,000 miles away from it, but I saw the debris ball, and then all of a sudden they started talking about Connor Croft. It was by his house, and we're like, holy crap, hope he's all right, you know. And then they ended their stream, and I jumped in on and witnessed the whole thing on his stream. You guys can go back and look at it. I'm not afraid to say it. But what I witnessed was absolutely unreal. At a lot of levels. Thank God nobody was hurt. There was a lot of structure damage. Ended up being, I think they rated it as a EF3, which does pretty good stuff. But when you're looking at that and you're watching it live, and we here, Winddance Media headquarters, we've experienced that, and I know exactly that gut feeling. It's hard to process. But what Connor did was absolutely unreal, because his dad, let me tell you, I watched it and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Was absolutely short of phenomenal, because he was guiding his dad where to go and how to do it, and and you can go back and watch his stream and discuss it and look at it. And I encourage you to do that, because at the level that he is, I'm nowhere near. I'm not sure I could do that. But it was caught. It was actually reported, and it was an EF3. But you guys need to go look at that, and definitely go and pay attention to it, because it'll mess with you. If you're a moderator, you've been on these streams where it gets intense, and you're trying to watch and you're trying to keep track of the live stream, the chat, and you just get you absorb all of that all at once, and your chat's going crazy, and they're asking questions. And so how do you deal with that? How is a moderator, and I don't really have any moderators in here yet, but if you're a moderator, how do you deal with that? What do you do to get around that? How do you process all of what you just witnessed into, wow, that really happened? I'm still, sorry, the bugs to get the job done. And I happen to know that I know a couple of the moderators, they had been up since like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. They didn't end until 8, 9, 10 o'clock last night, because they went on to another stream and were guests on another stream. And they actually broke it down and talked about it. Tornado does. Technically, it's where a tornado is coming this way, and then all of a sudden it makes that sharp left turn up. Usually when that happens, tornado gets ripped apart. Not in this case. It occluded just north of that town. It dissipated. They thought it was over. Minute, 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes later, man, it planted one of the biggest dang wedge tornadoes that I've seen in a while. I mean, it wasn't big. I mean, it wasn't gargantuan, it wasn't a mile wide or 2 miles, but it was impressive, to be able to watch it. Hey, Rich, good to have you here. Um, man. And I apologize if this thing bounces in and out. It's literally our internet. Starlink's not playing nice. But, yeah, you know, how do you process that, guys? How do you process that? Rich, how do you process or how do you deal with, as a moderator, and I know you moderate on several channels, how do you process that information? This is kind of what I wanted to talk about because it's actually really important. Yeah. Yep. And not only were there one, there were actually twins at one point. They've documented that. So, you know, and then but here's the thing, guys, is the cells themselves, the whole setup yesterday was supposed to be way further west. Things didn't kick off until they got into that prime, and I mean prime territory, and they blew up. There was 100 and I think I saw something where there was 150 tornado warnings or something like that. That's unheard of. I can go back and look. Absolutely freaking amazing. And I mean, and the tornado, you know, the pictures of the tornadoes themselves. I mean, my gosh, when you can catch them all, you're rolling, you're on a run. Kudos to those folks that did actually catch a bunch of tornadoes. I mean, granted, there was what, 2 or 3 PBS tornadoes. That means they're tearing up stuff, they're tearing up people's property, and lives are affected. Yeah, the prefrontals, shit, definitely. They went bananas. And you know, the whole thing that I really want to dive into is how do you, and I'll ask you this question, you can answer it in chat. I would encourage you to get in chat. But how do you process that? Even if you're watching somebody live and you're witnessing something and you see it and you go, oh my God, you know, and you're in chat going, what was that? Or, you know, but you're watching the stream, you're there to witness what's going on. And I know there's a lot of folks today, and I guarantee you there's a lot, I am one of them. There's a lot of folks out there today going, holy crap, what did I just witness? What did I just see? Trying to process, you know, this whole thing. And when I was still on Connor's stream last night as he was getting everything was done and all of that. And you know, and he's sitting there, and you know, he asked a question. He goes, I don't know whether to be mad at for not catching the tornado, or should I be mad at myself for not being there for my family? As a chaser, I know that question. I have been there. Make sure they're all right. If they say no, we're getting tore up, I will guarantee you, I will stream my tail to get home. When we had the tree fall, I left work. When I had my other tree fall, I left work. And I know people were like, yeah, it's just a tree. No, it's damage to property. And thank God nobody was hurt. But, you know, the biggest thing is like I will tell anybody watching a stream and or being affected by it. There is a key process that you have to remember, and that's don't panic. Stay calm as much as you can, because let me tell you, in that situation, your adrenaline's going to be running. You're hyped up. You're asking yourself questions. What do I do? What do I do? First and foremost, get to safety. Collect everything up. Breathe, and try to calm yourself down as much as possible until it's over. Is it easy to do? No, it's not. It's not. I heard it last night. I heard it in Connor's voice. He kept telling his dad was calling things up. For one, they didn't have the communication in that, and but they were still calm. They made it through. The whole process. But the biggest thing is, guys, stay calm. Even if you're watching it now, if you're watching something like that, stay calm. Don't go off the rails. Oh my God, we're gonna die. No. Just try to, if somebody is in the chat that has never experienced that or has never been a part of it, or they're seeing it for the first time, you don't know where they're watching from, man. They could be watching from Timbuktu out in a different country somewhere. And they're going, oh my God, they're gonna die. Best thing I can tell you in chat is to say, no, they're professionals, let them do their job. And explain it nicely, because you never know who's going to be in that chat. You don't know, what's going on, and if there's anybody following radar that knows what's going on, hey, this is what's going on, And if you ever post something, like there's a tornado on the ground, I just saw it, please put your source in there, because I was on his channel and I was like, dude, what's your source? Because the absolute worst thing that you could ever do is give out false information, because NWS, SPC, or everybody watches it. They know who you are. They know where you're at. They get on there. That's a lot of times how they get their information. They're like, oh yeah, this corresponds. Yeah, well, let's throw a tornado warning on it. So those are my recommendations. I haven't looked at chat. I'm going to look at chat right now. Yeah. So Rich says, I just do what I can to keep the people calm in chat, calm, cool, and collected. The best I can to keep information posted is chat accurate. That way, panic isn't started. See, and that's the key, because if you didn't have a moderator in there, chat. Oh my God, I'm looking at. I don't know. You guys probably can't. I was going to show you the sunset, but it's very pink. I can show you. Hang on just a second. Interruption. If I can get it up there. And you guys can't even see it. Well, look at the fire. Look at the stare at the fire. Yeah, it's very pink. Little circling. Come on, catch up. Come on. Why? Yeah, Tammy, that is a good way to support. I totally agree with that. That was the first thing I was like, oh my God, spare these people, because you know it's about to hit the fan. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, is, as a chaser, my family, you know, if I were to leave David and Orion at home, and we're out chasing, and we got tornadoes going to be in the area, they know exactly what to do. I mean, we have a game plan already in place. So it makes it, you know, a lot easier, because I can actually, they can feed me information from what's actually happening, you know, and I literally could pass that on to the National Weather Service, you know, as a spotter. So, you know, it does, but man, I'll tell you, that gut wrench is like, oh my God, I got to get home, I got to get there. And we, you know, we've experienced that on stream. It's, you know, my first question is, do I need to be there? If I do, let me know. Copyright. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you know, and that's all right, Tammy. I mean, that is exactly the right way to be. You know, I'm not saying there's etiquette or anything like that. I mean, people are going to do what people are going to do people stuff. You know, but it's just wild. You know, it's mind-boggling, and now. Oh, I really need to change the description in this thing. I wasn't even sure if I was going to have a fire or not, because it was awfully windy about an hour ago, just before we started, man. I mean, we started having 25, 30 mile an hour gusting winds coming up. And I was like, and it sprinkled. And I went, oh, okay. And then I started looking at radar, and I was like, yeah, this thing's gone. It's gone. It's clear skies. It's a Friday night. Well, Annie, what I can tell you is, if you ever are in that, and it doesn't have to be, it's not all about tornadoes either. It's about severe weather. If you're ever in that situation, keep a calm head, you know. One thing I've taught the boys, I said, you panic, you die, because that's true. That's what happens when you panic. You've already basically written everything. You know what really sucks is it's not showing the overlay. I wonder why that is. I had some really cool overlays I was going to show you. It's not showing them. I don't know why. I mean, it's running, but it's not running properly. Oh well, this was a test. I had some new overlays, and for whatever freaking reason, Restream decided not to post it correctly. And I thought I was live on Twitch. I was supposed to be live on Twitch, but apparently I am not. I gotta check and see, because it's not showing as streaming. Oh well. Yeah, we're not over there. Maybe the next one. So if the guys, I'm going to throw a disclaimer out there. If it starts buffering, it's the Wi-Fi is not jamming properly. It's actually because I have too many trees in my yard, and it's just pulling a lot. If I was on my computer, and I thought I was going to have to be. We almost went on a chase tonight. We almost chased those clouds. They are long gone though. I was like, nah. We will hang out. So what's everybody up to? Annie, what are you up to? Tammy, what are you up to? How's everybody doing? Oh, come on. Yep, Rich, you are correct. You are very correct. You are very correct. You are very, very, very correct. What else is going on? It's way early. It seems like it's way early. It's not dark yet. Not dark at all. But welcome in, everybody. This is Fireside Chat. Guys, I'm going to go and see if I can't change that up, because that description is very misleading, and I know it is. Where is it on my phone? I can do it off my phone. Thought I could. Maybe there we go. Why do I not have permission? Yeah. No, that's why. Wow. Create a channel. No! What is going on? I gotta get some wood on there too. There we go. Now we're cooking. Let's see. That ain't what I wanted. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. If I can. Oh, slow. Good Lord. So enjoy the fire for a minute, guys. I'm trying to fix this. The only way I can fix this is to get on. There we go. All right. Whoops. Well, I get called out on that. hang on, I'm redoing the description, so maybe people will follow us. So just kind of bear with me just a minute. I got to type everything out and reword everything because it totally went to the wrong setup, and I'm really not sure why. We'll be talking about other things too. I just wanted to throw that all out there to give us something hopefully to talk about, and go from there. Guys, I'm still on vacation. I've got, what is it, Friday? I don't go back to work until Monday, and yay. I've actually kind of enjoyed sleeping in a few times. And the program I'm actually using is Restream. However, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Even though I made all the check marks, and I thought I checked everything, and apparently something jacked up. So it's all good. It's all good. All right. Now, I gotta check everything out. Thumbnails, right? Thumbnails, right? All right. Maybe people will find us now. Very good. Everything is kosher. Copacetic, I think is the word. All right. That's much better, guys. Might actually. Very good. I'm gonna go back, jump in chat. Done. I had to redo the description for whatever reason. It set me back on another deal. Ugh, I gotta get that fire going. Yeah, exactly. You know, I remember a time when we didn't have tornadoes. I grew up in Washington State, folks, and I remember a time when we had a major flood happen, and it was scary. You know, the first time I'd ever seen my dad actually start packing stuff up and putting them in town, because in town was actually higher by 50 feet than we were. And I remember getting on the roof. I'd get on the roof and I could literally watch. I saw the water like a mile away from my house. And my dad was cool. He says, all right, guys, pack your stuff up, pack your what you want. And I mean, we packed furniture. Dad had some antiques. And I remember, you know, he was just cool about it. And that was his game plan. Was we're moving stuff. We actually had some of our stuff. We put them up on blocks in case it got, you know, into the house, but it never did. Thank God. I was actually in high school when that happened, and myself being in high school, I was in ROTC, so they actually called us out to go fill sandbags and stuff like that. So We got really close to the water almost before they called in the National Guard and that. But we filled, oh my God, I don't know how many thousand sandbags that day. Got to get out of school, you know, it was worth it. But yeah, there are many stories. All right, guys, I'm gonna go fix the fire. I'll be right back. Hopefully I can see what I'm doing. I ain't got a flashlight out here. Whoa. Hot potato. Burn them down. Burn them down. There we go. I don't want to get it too hot. Hey, wow, it works. You guys can see it. Holy cow, thank you to the streaming personalities out in outer space. So yeah, that's my new layout. This is part of it. I mean, I have it set up so if I'm inside, I can actually do you know, we can track weather. There's a lot of things I don't have on here, but this is kind of for the fireside chat when we're outside, and that. And if you look down below, is that it? You guys tell me in the chat, is that bottom bar that's in blue, is that too small? Because I can actually make that a lot bigger. I need to know. I mean, I can see it sort of, but that is only for fireside chat. Okay, good. Yeah, if I could figure out how to make that live wherever I'm going, so it tracks me, I would have that. I'm investigating that right there. That is a kind of a cool feature. It tells you the time, what's going on. I'm actually kind of glad it finally popped up. It's coming and going, and I don't know why. It was there. It was there. It was there. It showed up. I was like, well. So that tells me that my computer's not got I gotta do some stuff. Anyways, guys, great to have everybody here. Like I said, what do you guys want to talk about? I just wanted to open with that, you know, about yesterday's storms, because they really were something. I mean, a lot of guys, you know, if there's if there's any one thing that I personally have learned, is that you can set your target, and whether, there was a lot of guys, listen, there was a lot of folks, a lot of chasers yesterday that went home empty-handed. They might have got one, maybe, but, and I get where they were coming from, because they had to be, they were trying to get set up for, I think, tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be a big day. We're contemplating about it. I don't know if we're gonna go, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. If you're on your phone, you're not going to see it. If you put your phone sideways, horizontally, hey Kim, you're going to see it. I was wondering about that. So yeah, hey Kim, good to have you in here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. That's exactly what it is. If you're on your computer, you're going to see it because it'll be horizontal. But if you're on your phone, you're only going to see a portion of it, which that's a feature that I'm probably not going to have on there, because most people are on their phones when they're, when we're chasing that. But this is just for Fireside chats. So yeah, I'm testing some new things out. And I am streaming with Restream right now, because I thought I was going to be on Twitch, but apparently not. Yeah, the 12Zs, man. Those, and what gets me, Rich, is the 12Z balloons are actually the ones that are most important. They really are. and we're not getting that information in them. It's been rough. It has been really hard to figure out what's going on. Kim, not a whole lot. We did have a land spout touchdown 2 or 3 hours ago here in Arkansas. It was kind of caught everybody off. I mean, it was on a non-warned storm. I mean, the storm itself, just a big rain blob with a bunch of lightning, and it produced, if you scroll up, you can see the video of it. I cannot show it on my stream. I do not have that permission, but you can look back up. I might be able to post. I could probably post it again. But sitting in front of a very hot fire, and I didn't want to get it really too hot. But yeah, it was exciting because we were sitting at Waffle House, and I was like, I was watching it, and I was like, oh, this thing. So if you're on Twitter, you can get on Twitter. Go look up Todd Jacobian. Do not ask me to pronounce his name, or I can pronounce it, I just ain't going to try to spell it. Come on. And if the phone overheats, it's because this is a really, really hot fire. So let me ask you guys, do you like the overlay business, or do you like it just regular, straight off the phone? Big difference there is I don't have any overlays. You don't see anything. You don't get all the good. Yeah, they're actually asleep. I've got Maya's sitting down by the camera, Holly's in the chair, Stormy's in the chair, Rose is laying down somewhere close by, I'm pretty sure. Rose is actually behind me. Got a new swimming pool today. I think the other dogs are in the house. I can't see them. No, they're being good. They're being good. Ooh, Greek food. What kind of Greek food are you eating? Yeah, yeah, Rich, I agree. If I could figure out, if I can even put that in there, this is just something that I came up with online, and I was testing it out. That is something that I'll have to find another overlay. I don't think I can put the dues in there. What I actually did was I Googled tickers for streaming on YouTube, and this just one that I happened to see, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. More of a test than anything. Ooh, kibbe and grape leaves. What is kibbe? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of kibbe. Explain that. Never heard of that. Guys, I'm going to have to go get some water here pretty soon, too. I am getting thirsty. It's hot. It is hot out here. It's 75 degrees and feels like 90. What you doing, baby girl? Come here. Maya. Come here. Maya girl. No, she's lazy now. Oh, okay. That actually sounds pretty good. Actually sounds pretty darn good. Good on the phone. Yeah, we do hamburger and rice every now and then. Never put grape leaves in it though. Interesting. So other than that, man, it's been quiet. Alright. My alarm system's going off. I'm not sure why. Who's out there? Somebody in a truck. Who? I don't think so.
What then?
Huh?
Keep Ryan over something.
What?
Ryan over something.
No. Well, go bite him. Sorry, guys. Hey, can you go in and grab me like a Mountain Dew? Don't mess with that. Don't mess with the fire. It's hot enough. Oh. That was a late night delivery at 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
What did you order?
What? Walmart?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Only way to get them quiet is chase them up the ramp. Wow. All right. Yeah. Did you get him, Miss Hollybug? Did you get him? Did you get him? Well, come on. Get up here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. She's tough. She is tough. She doesn't know that she's small. Ooh, I may have to get the bug spray out too. What are you doing? You can't do that on my lap, girl. Thank you. Oh. Cool. Yeah, the petting zoo. It's a zoo. It's not. Well, yeah, I guess you could call it a petting zoo. I don't know what. It's a zoo. I wouldn't call it a petting zoo, but it's a zoo. These guys, ferocious. Yes, Wind Dancers security is on duty. And yes, it is. Oh, Titan. That what a great name for for a Chihuahua. Titan. Yes, the bugs are bad. I was out doing a yard yesterday, day before, I guess. Man, I had plucked off, well, I had 3 ticks on me, and one tried to. And unfortunately, 2 of them were the Lone Star ticks, but they didn't get nothing. I already tested that theory out. I ain't got the alpha gal or whatever they call it, gall. But yeah, ticks are bad. Mosquitoes are bad. No, mosquitoes really aren't that bad tonight. It's just bugs in general. I got the crap scared out of me last night. I brought the cat in, and all I could see was something red, and it was crawling, and I flicked that sucker so far, and it gave him a headache. Scared the living bejesus out of him. But, yeah, it's something. Oh, come on, fire! Guys, if the stream just goes blank for whatever reason, it just means my phone is like really hot. Really hot. That's all it means. It'll take about 5 minutes to go throw it on the air conditioner vent. We'll be back up. Another little disclaimer. That's a hot fire. Yeah, I'd be more worried. To be quite honest with you, I'd be more worried about West Nile than I would be about alpha gal, gall, or however you pronounce it. Just because West Nile is nasty. Nasty. And I want to give a shout out to Rich. For one, he has put together a Discord channel that I'm guessing is open to the public, but he has given me a tremendous amount of material that I am still sorting through to do. He has some information. Okay, thank you. I wanted. Yeah, I wanted to make sure because I wasn't sure on that. But anyway, he has given me a wealth of information about past El Niños. He's broken down to like the top 5, ever, to current 2024. And what my plan is to actually sit down online on my computer and view the graphs and show them, because it is quite interesting when you get into the weather side of things and being able to understand what is affecting our weather even right now. Although the weather right now, you would say, yep, it's not doing anything. We're not there yet. I truly, honestly say we're just now in the beginning phases of going into an El Nino. And we are going to have compliments of the United States Air Force. The C-130 is about to fly over. I just saw their lights in about a minute or so. So when compliments United States Air Force noise, I can see his lights. I can show you that light right there, guys. That's a C-130 coming in. That one little light right there. You'll hear him in a minute or so. Won't be able to see him. I think that's a C-130. That might not be. That might just be a jet. No, that's just a jet. All right. Cancel that. That was not a jet. That was not a C-130. That's a jet. Yeah, that's just a regular jet. Yeah, I was Rich. I was hoping I'd just go, oh, okay, this is what this is what that does. Oh no, guys, I might be another month. Yes. God bless the United States Air Force. God bless our military, man. That's something. God bless our military. I don't think they really quite get the proper. I think they do. I don't know. I see a lot of them day in and day out at work, and it's like, yeah, they're just, it's their job. But I respect them wholeheartedly. So, but I do expect the C-130s to fly over at some point. It is Friday. They've been flying around all day. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know. But as you can hear in the background, the frogs have joined us in song. I'm sure they're dancing out in the pasture out around us. And we have the crickets, and we also have the cicadas have also joined in the band. So, that noise is a conglomeration of all of those fine critters out there that are keeping the other, like the mosquitoes, away from us. Yeah. So, okay, I see why that's not working. So if you're just joining us, I see we've got like 9 people in here. Guys, if you're just joining us, jump in the chat. Let me know if you're new to the channel or you're just now tuning in. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're actually watching, and say, hey, let's get this party started. It is early. It is 9:18 at night on a Friday night. Yes, a symphony of nature at its best. It has been quite noisy. Actually very calming, very soothing. I love it. Just being at it. Oh yeah, the C-130s. Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're bigger than they look. They really are. Considering what all they can carry. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, by the way, guys, we do have an air show coming up. I believe it's in September, October this year. I am planning on going to it. It's a free demonstration of which I will be taking lots of videos. I may, if I can get in a right parking spot, I may try to video it. I may try to stream it actually, if they would let me. I don't, it's open domain, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But I'm definitely going to give it a shot. From the time, when we get there, get things set up, and we'll do some air show fun if I can make it work out and do it properly the biggest thing is the music. I can't be around the music, so pretty much if I do that kind of a stream, I got to be away from everything, or it's got to be muted in the background, because they do play music a lot of times, and at the same time I don't want to be parked 3 miles away from the show, because that's it's still hot in September here. You got to be very careful with that. So if I can make that work, I will. But thank you for joining, everybody, here. I know the stream's really glitchy. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I know the stream is glitchy. Nothing I can really do about that. If I was on my phone and wasn't running through my restream, probably wouldn't be as glitchy. It'd just be on my phone, and the only hazard on my phone would be it overheating. But that's kind of something I'm looking forward to, guys. Here in another month, we will be going to Pennsylvania, of which I will be streaming a live stream, drive and vibe type stream. Not allowed to stream while we're up there, but I'll be taking a lot of pictures and that and posting those on social media and stuff. And we're gearing up for that. We've got our survival backpack that we're going to be raffling off. Got everything ordered. You all right? Oh, you're catching bugs, aren't you, Holly? So keep that in mind. Guys, we got to we still got storms coming. Today was a surprise. Tomorrow we might get some. Depending on what tomorrow does, we may or may not chase. We may get up into Missouri a little bit. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. Hang on, let me look at something here. But it's great to have everybody here, guys. Smash that like button. Go tell your friends. Go tell your neighbors. Hey, Helene. Welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate your continued support of this crazy and weird channel that we haven't really been able to chase on a whole lot. Really appreciate you. I hope everything's well. I hope your husband's doing great. Wow. Yeah, the C5 Galaxy. Now, let me tell you what. Those things are huge. My God, those are the most unreal plane I have ever witnessed. The first one of the C5 Galaxies that I ever saw was actually, God, where was I at? Where was I? I was at an airport. I was up in Kentucky. We were doing some work up at the airport, up in Lexington, Kentucky. And I looked out the window and I went, "Oh my God, what's this plane doing?" And he come rolling in, and he was turning to get in, you know, so he could get turned around, and his wing, I mean, his wing literally came within like 15, 20 foot of the window. I was just staring at, and there was a little guy, there was this guy. The plane is so big that the navigator gets actually out of the plane and stands there and is navigating the pilot, you know, where he's at, what he's doing. And I was just like, I was in amazement. And of course, when we have our air show, they always have a C5, and you go in it, and yeah, they're very large. they are about, you could put, I believe you could put 2 C-130s inside of a C5 Galaxy. They are gargantuan. Most definitely. But yeah, I love going to air shows. Been to many of them. I've been to a lot of the Navy shows when I was growing up. You know, the naval. I can't remember even what they call it. Mosquito tried to bite my ear. Get away! I'm gonna have to get the bug spray out. That's the first mosquito I've had so far. I can't remember. Fleet Days, I think is what they called it. And that was always fun because you get to go onto the big ships and that. Oof, yeah. Amazing. Those planes, I mean, I grew up loving planes, and I'm surprised I never, you know, got into it more. I always wanted to be a pilot, you know. Unfortunately, the Air Force said no, and everybody else said no, and for whatever reason. But I've always loved planes. I grew up near Seattle Tacoma International Airport when I was little, and I would just stand there and just watch planes take off. I mean, it was the most amazing thing, and wanted to work on them and build them, and even then I couldn't even get that job. So it's like, whatever. But I still love watching them. I love watching them take off. There's something so graceful, you know, when they take off and that. And I do have a, you know, talking about airplanes, I have a really funny story that happened to me when I was 17 years old, and maybe I should wait for Kim. I don't know. Hurry up, Kim. You're gonna miss the story. I'll wait for Kim to get back because she's gonna get a chuckle out of it, as I think everybody else will. But I just, you know, there's something about planes in general, whether they're crop dust. I love watching crop dust. You guys ever watched a crop duster do its job and just sit there and watch them? These guys are absolutely. They got to be. They're right borderline there with a storm chaser, because what they do and how fast they're going, and they, you know, when they pull up and they're sitting right in front of a high power line. My goodness, it is so fun to watch. So fun to watch. We have several crop dusters out here in Arkansas, and you get over towards Stuttgart and that area. They're out all over the place. And you know, and they just absolutely freaking amaze me. Those guys are bananas crazy. They are what I would call batshit crazy, because I mean, they're fearless. They're cruising. I mean, they are, you know, 10 feet off the ground and doing hammerhead turnarounds, and I mean, it's just like it's a freaking air show all in its own right. And oh my goodness. Okay, Kim. So I waited Kim till Kim got back, because I want to tell this story about what happened to me when I was 17 years old. I was on my first actual aircraft. I was on a 727 jet. Flew out of Seattle Tacoma International Airport, flew all the way to Billings International Airport. And it's like a, it's not bad. It's like a 4, 5, 6 hour flight. It's nothing major. But it was my first one. And I was going to visit my family in Wyoming, my sister in Wyoming. And I got on the plane, and you know how it is, your nerves get all balled up, and you're like, oh my God, what am I getting into? And I'm sitting in it. I was actually sitting, I believe, close to the window, but the plane wasn't full, which is a good thing. And I was like, oh, this is cool, and I'm flipping through, and of course they do, when they start out, they show you how to fold your, latch your buckle, and, and all of that, and I was absorbing all of that, and following their instructions to a T, and I quickly found my exits, which was like one row ahead of me, so man, if we were going down, I was headed for that exit. You're not going to stop me. And so I was sitting there, and I was just falling asleep, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I realized I had to go to the bathroom. I'm 17 years old, and doing my business, and all of a sudden, this light came on. And it said, please buckle your seatbelt. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but there are no seatbelts in those restrooms. And I should not be there. And she looked at me and she goes, yeah, that's when you're supposed to get off the toilet and go sit down and buckle your seatbelt. I was like, yes, ma'am. But so if you ever get on a plane, go check it out. It's kind of funny. There literally are no seatbelts there. I'm like, okay, if we were going to crash, and you're in the bathroom, what you going to do? But that was my first experience of being on a plane. It just is, oh my gosh, so absolutely incredibly funny. And I'm sure many of you have had that same experience. I'm going to let the fire die down just a little bit before I go stoke it up. Man, that is hot. I'm cooking out here, guys. Oh, I bet. That is crazy. Yeah. I can see that. I absolutely can see that. I can absolutely see that. I appreciate that because, there's something about being upside down in a plane. I'm not. I don't know. If it's anything like a roller coaster, it wouldn't bother me. As long as I had a heads up. Oh, yeah. Anymore I really don't like flying. I'd rather drive. But I mean, flying to me is just, I can't afford it. So I can drive pretty much anywhere and get there in a reasonable amount of time. So guys, I'm gonna get up and stretch my legs a little bit. You guys have the chat, it's yours. Feel free to do with it whatever you want. All right, guys, give me a couple minutes. I gotta go stretch my legs, run inside real quick. Trying tripping over some cords. Enjoy the fire. Be right back. Okay, well first. All right. You guys miss me? Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. A hot air balloon. I actually, at one point in my life, was going to go down. I think it's Arizona, down in, I want to say it's Phoenix. I could be wrong. Where they have the big big balloon festival. I actually almost got myself down there and signed up to be a part of that. But then, as time would have it, life got in the way. I always wanted to do that. But yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Albuquerque. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. New Mexico. Yep. Always wanted to really do that. They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun, folks. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves tonight. I know, pretty laid back tonight. I really, trying to process yesterday. Actually, what I'm really trying to do, guys, is I'm trying to process today because it's hard for me to fathom. I'm actually more in awe than I am really anything else. It's the fact that we had a funnel. I saw the reports of the funnel, and then all of a sudden it was a lounge spout, and the video is like, oh my God, that's a tornado. Sure enough, totally unwarned. I don't know if it did some damage. I think some folks got a picture of it, and it was about 20 miles, 30 miles away from me, maybe. But I contemplated about going out, doing this stream out of the car, and we're just gonna go chase the cloud. And I said, no, it's gonna die before I ever even can get things set up properly and all of that. And then I saw the reports and went, well, crap. But we were actually at eating dinner at that time, so there was like no way. Whoever caught it, that was cool. It was all over social media and stuff like that. That's where I saw the picture, and I was like, oh man. But it is what it is. It's Arkansas weather this time of year, and it was a cold funnel. It just decided to do something, and it was a very small cloud, and it couldn't have been very strong. I mean, it was like an UFO or something like that, or an EU or whatever they want to call it. Oh, they do? Oh, that would be awesome. When is that, Elaine? That would actually be a lot of fun. I would love to go up and watch it. Gosh, yeah. Why not? Yep. Yep. Decompressing and trying to absorb the funniness. You know, Mother Nature, she is so absolutely bonkers hilarious at times. Today was one of those times. Today was not a day where you were going to get a lot of, storms, if you will. It was kind of a down day for chasers, and to be quite honest with you, I was like, yeah, you know. Tomorrow looks to be a little bit better. We could see some storms tomorrow, fire up in the afternoon, in the morning especially, early morning, 10, 11 o'clock, all the way through tomorrow night, 7, 8 o'clock. Thought about maybe possibly running up and around, Missouri border, kind of hang out up there, see what's going on. I don't know. Have not really decided yet. In that. Either that or I'll do a stream and we'll just follow the storms and that. We can always do that. Sunday looks to be maybe a little bit better. We might get some rain, but guys, I really, truly, and honestly feel, and this is my gut speaking, I don't know for sure, so don't hold me accountable for it. Say, I told you so when it doesn't happen. My gut is absolutely telling me that this fall, we get past the summertime era, August, September-ish, October-ish, November-ish, I see us here in the South getting hammered. This El Nino thing, when it kicks in, and I mean, and it truly kicks in, you're going to see the northern plains. The northern plains are blowing up. This is normal for this time of year. But when that El Nino kicks in, believe you me, you're going to see a shift of severe weather. Now, Arkansas, and I've been reading up on this, during an El Nino season, Arkansas is on the northern fringe of the moisture area. So we're kind of like in the gray area. This is one of those years where it's very unpredictable. But I really see us getting some of those storms, and I see us having a rough winter, a wet winter. And when it's cold, we're going to see some ice storms. We're going to see some snow. We could see significant snow, more than what we're used to. And I will be out chasing the snow. If we have an ice storm, I will not chase in an ice storm, because that is the most wrong thing to do. For one, it's not safe to be out driving on the ice. It's beautiful to look at, but boy, it's dangerous. Of which case, I will do the streams from my chair in the living room, and we'll follow the roads and stuff like that. So that's what I'm seeing right now. I don't think we're going to have very many hurricanes. Pacific might see some hurricanes, whereas the Gulf and the Atlantic, I don't see that many. If they are, they're going to be out to sea and they'll never make it, if they can ever get going. So that part of the weather, I'd say, stay tuned. Have a plan ready just in case if you live in those hurricane-prone areas. If you're on the West Coast, be prepared. You're going to get wet. but I don't see any hurricanes. If we get one, I'd be surprised. Mm-hmm. I agree. You know, I don't know, you know, if they're not really talking about it here in Arkansas, but you know, if they're talking about it now in Oklahoma, guarantee you we're going to see it, and you know, we'll be out as much as we possibly can, covering, you know, Arkansas as much as we possibly can. I won't guarantee I'll have the overlays and all of that, because I'll be running completely off of my phone at that point. I still need to do a test stream with the setup that I'm doing right now. I have to have my laptop, and guys, I'm skeptical about running my laptop because I don't have a backup for it. If it goes out, if my Wi-Fi completely crashes and I don't have Wi-Fi for 15-20 minutes, YouTube will kick me off, okay? At which point I have to stop and remake a stream, and I'd obviously do that on my phone. So, which, you know, I understand that, but I don't have a backup for that. And to use the mobile phones, like I'm outside, my laptop is in the house, the two are communicating, that's why you're able to see the fire. But I'm just out here on my phone, my laptop's in the living room there, and with OBS running in that. So I can do it on a sunny day, but on a cloudy day, I just I'm not sure. Yeah, Rich, that's what I have been reading. Wet, very wet, very wet. And the thing is, if it's really wet, we could see some flooding. You know, that's not out of the realm. Oh, that smoke is coming right at us, guys. Wind shift. Guys, I saw something the other day. I was just out in my front yard here, kind of cleaning things up a little bit, and I was watching the wind, you know, and it's just fascinating because I watched the trees, and we had a little thunderstorm roll through, you know, and I'm looking at the trees, and they were coming from left to right. And I'm looking at the trees, and just down the street from me, the wind shifted, and I literally saw it in the trees. I was like, oh shit, wind shift, we got, oh my God. And I look up, and you know, there was no tail or nothing, but boy, it did that classic turn. I was like, what in the world? And then it was what it was like a little wind eddy up at about 100 feet above the ground. It was rotating, you know, it was going one way, and then all of a sudden it shifted, so that, you know, it created its own little whirlwind up there. And I was looking for a tail, man, very similar to today. Didn't see anything in that, but boy, I mean, it got right. It was 35, 45 mile an hour wind, not sustained for about 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden that wind shifted, and it was coming back right, left to right. I was like, I wonder what that was. But it was kind of cool. It was cool to witness. I think I got some video of it, maybe. I don't know. But I'm all about that stuff, man. I mean, I can go out my front porch and just look at the sky and go, yeah, what are you doing? You know, and like tonight, I was like, what are these clouds doing? Because it was really weird tonight. They stayed south of I-40, which I-40 literally is only 20 miles away from me, and coming out of Little Rock. And I was just like, if we get any, we got sprinkles here. That's all we got. All we got. Got a little bit of rain earlier today, but nothing really major. Alrighty, Tammy, no problems. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. Nice. Rich, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Rich. I wish I had some CDs. I wish I had something to go chase. I'm kind of feeling bad. I'm, got nothing, and here I am trying to proclaim to be a storm chaser, and I can't even chase any storms. But the guy that's going, 14 hours day after day, I can't do that. But yeah. So, guys, if you're just joining us, I know there's 8 of us. There's only a couple of us in chat. Guys, if you could, just jump in the chat, say, hey, I don't care if you, say, hey, I'm lurking. Cool. I just would like to know if there's actually 8 people watching. It really does help out the channel. I do appreciate everybody being here. What time is it? What time is it, guys? Almost 10 o'clock. Come on. Yeah, I took myself out of the chat. Ain't that something? Really? You gonna do that to me? Took myself out of chat. Yeah. Thank you all. Somebody, I know somebody else is. Yeah, pretty much everybody's going to be streaming tomorrow, looks like. That's all right. Sorry, I'm on my phone. I'm waiting for things to pop back up. Come on. Not letting me in chat. You're not doing this. Why are you doing this to me? YouTube hates me. YouTube literally hates me. There we go. Alright. What you got, Ryan? Oh, boxes. Yeah, throw them on there. Throw them on there. Yay. You did not just see what he just did. It's all burnable, guys. Might as well. Might as well. Ooh, big fire. Big fire. Whew. Guys, you could almost see me with that fire.
I did see.
You can see me? Here. Hey, you can see me through the fire, man. That's a big fire. Hey, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. But anyways, so we're gonna let it go about 30 minutes more. Alrighty, Elaine. Ooh. Alrighty, Elaine. Appreciate you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. But we'll see how it goes. See if anybody else pops in, and you never know who's gonna pop in. I know it's late. Everybody's planning their chases for tomorrow. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Good to have you here. all the way from the West Coast. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, Miss Sherry. Thank you for your continued and Rosie, Holly, you just messed things up. Thank you for your continued support as well. I appreciate you and Nat popping in. It's been a very, very slow chase season for us. Talk to people around town and they go, well, I didn't even know we had a storm chaser in town. I go, yeah, well, you know, we only chase Arkansas, so it makes things kind of hard when you don't have any weather. You know, when we do get weather, it's like I'm at Waffle House. Don't put no more on. I'm letting it die down. But appreciate everybody just showing up and hanging out, doing what we do. It's been a heck of a day yesterday. Today, quite interesting here in Arkansas. And it stops. Hey, Rich, that sounds like my day today. Sounds like my day today. Yep. Go figure. Just stands to reason. I am not allowed to catch tornadoes, I guess. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish there. Even the wood's not even cooperating tonight. But it's fine. But I know the feeling. I know the frustration. Hey, Ryan. I feel the frustration, Rich. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You know, to have a land spout 20-30 minutes away from your house go off and you're sitting in a restaurant. That was kind of cool. And to see it. But what did bother me was the fact that they were doing it. Because as a chaser, and if you're a storm chaser, that is like the best way to get yourself axed out of the weather community, is to actually show somebody's demise instead of, you know, you got the camera in their face instead of helping. When I see the big names out there totally going bat crazy over this, I was like, yeah, you know, I get it. I totally understand it. But that is one thing, and I can honestly say this as I'm sitting here right now talking to you all. That is one thing that you will never find me do. If somebody's in distress, I'm gonna first, I will have the stream going. You guys can be staring at flashing lights or a downed tree. But my happy little ass will be out there helping as best I possibly can. I'm not gonna take some picture while I'm suffering. No, that is wrong. You know, that part of it's wrong. You know, I will go back and take video or stream damage. Why not? You're seeing it firsthand. This is what this stuff does. I did it. I never got called out on it. You know, but I'm not looking at the destructive, you know, the death part of it, or the, you know, I'm looking at people's houses. Something totally different. You know, I really respect, and I got to be honest, I really respect these guys with drones. For one, yeah, they're flying over and they're looking. Man, I'm going to tell you, I saw some video up in Indiana today, and I was shocked because I saw the thing on live stream, and I was like, my God. And you can go find it. It's on Twitter. And I'm sure it's posted other places as well. But, you know, these guys that have drones that are going in after the fact, and they're showing the, believe it or not, that footage actually helps the NWS, because one video that I actually saw actually contacted that person that took the video and said, hey, can we use your video? This is good stuff, you know. And of course that person said yes. That's the right thing to do, you know. But if I ever come across somebody, you know, something's going on, a house is stabbed, or there's destruction of some sort, or there's a tree down, guys, I'm going to do everything I can to stop people, to help people. I'm not a medic. I'm not a you know, I am a first responder at that point. I'm taking it into my own hands. But I mean, I'm not going to I can render basic first aid. You know, I can't give you painkillers. I can't do those things. I have been advised to take classes, which if I could figure out how to get into them, I would do that in a heartbeat, because that gives me certain, you know, covers me in certain areas as a chaser. And I would be absolutely licensed, certified, I guess is the word, certified to do those things. But that is, I just wanted to bring that up because that was a very sensitive. You know, you just got to be respectful. That's all it is. There was something else I was going to touch on, but I guess that was you know. But when I saw that, I was kind of shocked. I mean, I was shocked that they were doing it. I was like, wait a minute, this guy's calling himself a chaser, and yet he's this. Why is he not helping? You know, that was my first reaction. You know, it wasn't the fact that I saw people suffering. You know, you see that all the time. But as a chaser, you call yourself a chaser, and you're out there. That was the wrong thing to do. I'll leave it at that. You guys can pick through it, and you can tell me I'm wrong. But that is just one thing you'll never see. Absolutely not going there, and I won't do that. Oh, nice, Rich. I hope you do. Get some amazing lightning. It's always fun. Yep, I know who you're talking about, Rich, and I agree. I don't pay attention to them. Yeah, whatever. Yep. I get on there. You know what I get? I actually get on there. It's kind of funny because when I'm on social media, and I get on there just, you know, because I want to. I'm looking for pictures and that, and there's a few folks that I communicate with back and forth and that, and this is kind of an open source for me. But when it comes to the name shaming and oh, you did this wrong, or you know, you could have done that better, you know, that ain't the place to do it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know I have never met half of these people, and for me to jump on there on the bandwagon and call them out, you should, man, I am not that guy. I'm sorry. You know, if they were in the right and they thought they were doing the right thing, then they were thinking they were doing the right thing, you know. But yeah, I won't be that guy. I'm not ever going to put anybody down. I would say, okay, learn from your mistake, you know, and put that mistake to good practice, you know, because there's got to be some good out of it somewhere. Yep, that's exactly it. You know, if I was out chasing, and that's a good point, Rich. If I was chasing and I was away from home and say a tornado hit my house, and there were chasers in the area, I would hope and pray that they would come and help my family, or you know, at least check my house, if not check my dogs. You know, and until I could get there. And that, because at that point, if I'm in the area, trust me, I'm looking at other. I know when I know where everybody's at. I would be jumping off streams. I would be jumping through hoops to get somebody there quicker than I could. Oh, most definitely. You know, I would be on their stream. If I was streaming, I would be on their stream. Hey, can you go check on my family? Yeah, we just got here. We just took a big one. Oh, you bet. And there's no doubt that they would. You know, I have no doubt. There are some great people out there that are out there to do the job. And that land spout, I guess they're actually calling it. But boy, if you look at that video, she sure looks like a tornado to me. Won't know till tomorrow. Yeah, we had something drop earlier this afternoon. Good to have you here, Derek. I'm glad you popped in. Looks like gas prices are finally going down to where we can actually afford to chase now. But I always want to put the plug in. Keep in mind we are going to Pennsylvania to the Paris Storm Fest. I am going to be on a panel of 6 guest talker chasers to where the public can ask us questions. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's one of those I'm not prepared for. I'm not going to be prepared, and I'm, you know, just answer their questions as best I possibly can if they ask me anything, and I'm sure somebody will. You know, no matter how crazy it is. As far as I know, I'm the only one from Arkansas going to be there, driving 13 hours, and there will be a live stream. We'll be doing a driving vibe type stream on our way up there somewhere. I don't know when it's going to be. I know we're leaving Thursday night, so it might be like a driving vibe fireside chat. Might do one of those and yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Get to meet a bunch of other chasers that are primarily they're a lot like I am, where they chase in their little area, corner of the world, and that, and get to meet some other folks, paranormal folks. I don't know anybody in the chat's into paranormal. I'm not really into paranormal, but I'm gonna go and learn, you know, something that I can bring back for the channel, maybe. Not that I'm really probably ever gonna get into it, but I might, you know, I might. But that's one of those that it's like storm chasing, man. You want to know what you're getting into before you get into it. If that makes sense. Oh, Sonia, come on in, girl. Good to have you here. But yeah, I get on social media. I've pretty much abandoned Facebook. I don't like Facebook at all. I get on there because a bunch of my high school friends are on there, and that's how I keep up with them. You know, I'm on Messenger and stuff like that. But I usually, you know, my go-to, Twitter. Get on Blue Sky every now and then. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. I can't see what's going on. Hopefully the computer didn't die. Whoa! Hey, it worked. That was cool. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much, Marcy, for the 5 gifted memberships. Welcome in Derek, Sonia, Rich. Willie, and somebody in Chinese that I can't pronounce. Thank you so much. Welcome to the two-step. Two-step in our way. Great to have you here. Guys, I don't do a lot with memberships because I don't have that many members until the channel really gets up there and we actually start growing. Yeah, I don't do a lot. I apologize. You know, I probably I might do now that I've got you guys going on. Might do like a membership driving vibe maybe. We'll see. Never have a whole bunch in my channel anyway, so. But as you can see in the upper, if it'll show, in the upper right-hand corner, that is exactly how many subscribers we have live to date. Just give you an idea where we're at and what we're doing. Yeah, right, Sonia. Right, Sonia. Sure you were. Hey, I don't care. You know, this is open chat. You can say whatever you want, as long as it's not putting somebody down. Then we're gonna have open chat, guys. You guys can talk about whatever you guys want to. Got any questions for me? I appreciate it. Thank you, Marcy. Yeah, Rich, you're a spicy meatball. That is for dang sure. That is correct. Rich is a spicy meatball. That is true. I will concur on that. I can confirm that one. Guys, I'm itching to go chasing. I'm going to tell you why. Now, I got this really cool 42-inch light bar that is on my car, and I haven't been able to use it yet. I'm itching. I could go turn it on for you. You guys, it would blow your mind. It would blow your mind at how bright that thing is. I mean, it is a 42. I can make a 42-inch spotlight that I can see probably the length of a football field on. Yeah. Rich is very reserved on the streams. I will attest to that. Meet him in person, totally different guy. And believe it or not, so am I. I'm very reserved on a stream. I have been known to pull some shenanigans and call it like it is. Yeah, there again, guys. Sonia, that's it. You know, I read that, I saw that, and I was just like, what the? what the hell is that all about? You know? You know, here's the deal. I mean, I get to respect things. And the sad thing is it wasn't even him. It was, you know, and she still kept hammering. So to me, that one person right there absolutely went apeshit over something that she really had no business doing until it was being able to confirm it. You know, come on, that ain't the place. And, you know, and she got called out. She literally got called out. I didn't get involved with it. I laughed. I was like, good Lord, my God. Take a 2-inch hailstone and blame somebody or something. You know, that's basically what it was about. It was a rock. How many rocks you get thrown at on a freaking freeway? Crying out loud. It just, come on, common sense. Exactly, don't. Hey, Joy. Welcome in. Good to have you. Wow, we got everybody showing up tonight. Good to have everybody here. Glad you're here. Glad you found the stream. But yeah, you know, I look at that and I just like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, I don't get involved in the drama part of it. I really don't. I laugh at it and go, yeah, okay, you know, the name calling and the point out, you know, a teacher does something wrong, you know, there's always going to be that one person who can call you out. You know, I have had people. All right, now here this is the funny part. I live in a relatively, there's 30, 40,000 people in this town that I live in. All right, and we're out in our car quite a bit. I actually had somebody, and it was funny because it was on. We have a local page on Facebook, and this person gets on there and says, I don't know who that is, but there's a storm chaser running around town. I didn't even know we had a storm chaser. Well, the next thing, they find the channel, they get on and they text on, they get on one of those things and proceed to tell me that, and I wasn't even driving, Tammy was driving, and proceeded to tell me that Tammy turned right in front of them. I was like, oh, that's funny, because, you know, called right away, and you know, without even being able to get contact me, you know, I don't give my contact. You know, if you got a problem with me, email me, get a hold, DM me. My DMs are always open. But don't get on my channel. I mean, you know, I think I actually left it there just as a joke, because, you know, and it was over with. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Glad you saw me, you know. But it's just so funny, so funny. Oh my goodness. Good to have everybody here. Who did I miss? Somebody show up that I don't know about? Brian? Marks? I don't see him. Were they here? Hey, if you're watching this thing and you're just joining us, jump in the chat. Let me know you're live. Let me know you're still breathing. God, I was gonna end this in 10:30. I think we'll keep going for a little bit. Ooh, Mark. Yeah, and so I've been off 9 days. Come on, why are you doing this to me? So I've been off 9 days. I go back Monday, and then I work 3 weeks, and then I go back on vacation. And then I go back on vacation for like 11 days. So, and a lot of that we're going to be going up to Pennsylvania. First time up in Pennsylvania, so say prayers for me. Got a 13-hour drive just south of, I believe it's just south of Pittsburgh. Trying to see who. Can't do it on this one. Cool. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Nice. I know Rich is there. He's working on some new charts for me, so he can blow my mind again with the El Nino stuff. Oh, I also want to let everybody know I do have a merchandise line. I haven't got it set up to go public yet. I haven't got it set in the stream yet. But I will be. Hey, Bill. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Oh, nice. Nice. No, I have not been following the bricks and minifigs scandal. I know nothing about it. Fill me in. But while he's doing that, I do have a merchandise line that I am going to open up to the public. Totally brand new stuff from way back when we started. That'll be live like before we go to Pennsylvania. There's some really cool stuff. I'm actually still working on some things, some graphics for t-shirts and stuff like that. You'll be able to get t-shirts, coffee mugs, bumper stickers, magnets, totes. Like you go to the, come on. La 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 la. Come on, wake up. So there's certain graphics that goes with certain things, and that, and that'll be live probably maybe in the next week or so. I've just got to get it set up into the Streamlabs and that. But definitely I got a merch area to go to. You could be able to buy things. You know. You can buy baseball caps, t-shirts, probably the biggest things, coffee mugs, things of that nature, going forward, and all of that. So that's coming up. That's some good news. Kind of anxious to get that going. Other than that, guys, man, what else is happening? Bill, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you here. Oh, Diet Pepsi. Ugh. I'll stick to my Mountain Dew, thank you. Oh, yes, it does, Rich. Boy, I can verify that. What Rich is working on right now, guys, I was intentionally going to do a live stream, and we're still gonna do it. But he gave me so much information that I'm having to absorb so that I have an understanding, because it's technical about El Nino, and let me tell you, when I do the stream, you're going to go, yeah. So remember, it is very technical stuff that he's working on, and he's been adding to it, and I'm like, oh my, now I got another chart to go over, and I've got to study it and get an idea of what it's really talking about. It is very complex, and I really did not realize this, but Rich, you have opened my eyes. And I'm anxious to learn it, because it does play a big part in the storms we have here in Arkansas. And it's I did not realize how complex El Nino really is, or La Nina, as far as that goes. But when it gets to El Nino, it's like, how does this world stop? So if you've ever wondered why our weather is so crazy right now, well, it's because of that. And that is what is going to be in the headlines coming up for this fall and this winter, going into next year, and then who knows what it's going to do. I have no idea. I will be the one that I'm not that smart. I mean, he has put a lot of time and a lot of effort into this, and I really appreciate him, allowing me to look it over and absorb it, because I am not joking when I say it. There is a lot to learn, and I haven't even really scratched the surface of it. I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm on an iceberg, and I'm just on the top part of it. It's what's underneath, that really counts. You're being censored. Oh no. Okay. So, Bill, if you're on Discord, do me a favor and DM me that, because I'll probably forget it. Okay? Just go ahead and just let me know, and just DM me what it's about. Give me a heads up. 'Cause I will forget it. I'm old. I wouldn't be surprised if I was the oldest storm chaser out there. Okay, Bill, I got you. Right? Uh-oh. Yeah. You coming out?
I'm good out for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, you can let everybody know.
Oh.
that everything is ordered
Oh, already
to go
go.
for
Yep,
Pennsylvania.
yep.
No, I had to redo everything.
Oh, you had to redo everything. Oh, no.
They canceled everything.
Why did they cancel it?
I do not know.
Oh, my God. Okay. Newsflash. Newsflash. Everything has been ordered for our survival backpack that we're going to be auctioning off in Pennsylvania. It's all been ordered,
Even though it's the stuff we're selling.
and some stuff that we're going to be selling there, and some other fun things. So we'll go over all of that. Now we'll be making some posts on the channel of what we got and all of the fun stuff. So that's where Tammy's been. She's been in there. Apparently they canceled it, and now she got it on order.
They canceled everything.
And I mean they canceled a lot of
We
it.
couldn't get back on.
Oh no.
So I had to go in and find everything.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I gotta go back.
But everything should be here by the 6th of July.
6th of July. Sweet.
Guess what?
What?
I found
More.
the same kind of whistles.
Oh yeah?
120 of them
Oh boy.
for $8.99
Oh my gosh.
instead of 100 for 20.
Oh wow. That's even better.
Tell me about it.
Sorry guys, I'm going back to the chat. I'm trying to see what Bill was trying to.
Everything worth selling. And if everything worth selling. And if the people online want to buy something out there, then what if we don't sell?
What? Okay. All right, Bill. I just looked it up. Oh my goodness. How fun. Huh. I'll be dipped. I just looked it up, Bill. I thought it was like something crazy. That is crazy.
What?
Oh, Bill in there wanted me to go and investigate something and look something up. It's down in Hot Springs, and
What was that?
it's called Bricks and Minifigs.
So if they want to order, if they want something to order that we got to go up there
Right.
after we get back, whatever we have left,
Mm-hmm.
they can buy.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
So all they have to do is give us their
Yeah.
address and we'll send it to them.
So, okay, guys, here's the deal. You're hearing this live first. Anything that we have back, that we're taking some stuff up to Pennsylvania to sell to the general public, because hey, people like to do that. But if we have anything left over, I will be posting it on probably as a post. Say, hey, but if anybody wants to buy that, what you're going to have to do is you would have to DM me, like on Discord.
No, they'll text me.
No,
I can get them out.
you can DM me your address. We'll ship it to you free of charge. Or if you want, well, I mean, yeah, we'll ship it, but you have to buy it. In that. Okay? So there's going to be some, probably this is, we won't know what's left over until we get back and we sort through everything and that. And I'll be posting some stuff on the channel, but if we have anything left over and you want to purchase it, I'll be putting pictures in a post. Hey, this is up. If you want to buy this, this, and this, here's the price, da-da-da-da-da. And you'll be able to DM me on Discord, and we'll get it shipped out to you. Yeah, my stream likes to buffer. It's not anything you're doing wrong. It's my internet is. I'm on Starlink, and I have too many trees right now. It'll be really good in the wintertime, but the leaves, believe it or not, the leaves are actually what's causing the buffering. Not enough open, clear airspace. I'd have to move my Starlink about 150 feet to get into air, cleaner.
He needed a new phone.
Huh?
Ryan needed a new phone.
Oh.
So we got him a new one. That's why he gave whoever.
No freebies for mods. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
A whistle.
I'll give you a whistle. I'll give you a whistle.
Who said that?
Mercy.
No, because it's costing you a lot of money.
Kim, you're gonna be up there, aren't you? Aren't you? I know. I think you already got your tickets. You're gonna. I think there's gonna be a lot of folks there, guys. It is.
Still gotta come up with $150.
Yeah, we gotta come up with like $150 for take our dogs. Because Miss Holly and Miss Maya said they wanted to go, and it's going to cost us an extra $150. We got everything ready to go. We gotta come up with $150 so they can go and experience Pennsylvania. Yeah.
For the room.
For the room.
We get it back at the end when we're done.
Yeah, we'll get it back. That's just for the deposit. Stuff like that. Cool. Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. It is truly going to be a lot of fun. Being able to hang out with other chasers, get to know them, get some networking
Get away from
in.
that fire.
And
Yeah, I do.
and that. Guys, I'm kind of letting this fire die down a little bit. We're going to be probably ending in about 15 minutes.
And, my phone's not working on yet.
But yeah, it's gonna be huge for the channel. It's gonna get our name out there. People are gonna go, oh yeah, hey, there is actually somebody down there, in Arkansas. And of course, I'm gonna be, the silly guy that I'm gonna be the guy, yes, I'm a storm chaser. I'm a hillbilly storm chaser from Arkansas, and I have a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna be afraid to say it. And I may put that on some merchandise. I think it's not copyrighted. That's why I haven't done that yet, because that would be perfect for merchandise for me. If I could get away with it, but I'm pretty sure that's probably copyrighted material right there. I have to do some looking into that, but I could come up with some variation. God, that's amazing. Alrighty, Joy.
And go back in.
Not a problem. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's locking up. It's telling me it's time to get off of here. So yeah, it's on my end. It's not too. It does that. I'm surprised the phone hasn't got overheated yet. It usually overheats by now. It's been a good little stream. I've enjoyed it. It's just a chill stream, guys. This fireside chat is what we do. It's very chill. Sometimes we haven't had an exciting fireside chat in a long time. With everything going on in the world, I'm hesitant about getting into politics because I don't know where to go with that. And that's kind of a horse of a different feather. Can't really come out and get into that, but if it's mentioned, yeah, we can talk about it a little bit, as long as we don't dwell on it too much. But that is a sore subject. I'm not afraid to get into the faith or religion, God and all of that. I know there's people that don't believe in God that have been on the string, Definitely talk about weather. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of that to talk about. Sports, FIFA, the World Soccer's going on, and I haven't really kept up with that because I'm not really into soccer. But the store that I work at is a sponsor of that. But anyways, guys, in about 10 minutes, I'm going to be shutting this thing down and go from there. We may, or I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I just, tomorrow is very conditional for me. We're not even in a, I'd have to go all the way up into Missouri. It's about a 4-hour drive up to Springfield, and I still wouldn't be in the hot zone, because that's way north. Up by Kansas City, it's going to get smacked tomorrow. Maybe, supposedly. Looking at models, I wasn't really impressed with anything. You know, they're saying tomorrow night, possibly we could see some severe weather, maybe up around Jonesboro. We might go after that a little bit. I don't know. My suggestion would be to set those notifications to the all. That way, then if we do go live, you'll at least know it. I know there's going to be a bunch of folks chasing, I believe, tomorrow somewhere. So, you know, it is what it is. I haven't not decided what we're doing yet. It's kind of, you know, is it really going to be worth driving 5 hours to get up there? Or is it worth 3 hours to go to Jonesboro and sit and watch clouds go by? Yeah, you know, it's something I gotta. I'll know more tomorrow when the model runs come out. As of right now, let me look at some stuff real fast. I can almost tell you just by what the SPC is going on if it has changed or not. Tomorrow, yeah, see, the tornado threat is only a 5%, kind of up around Springfield, north of Joplin, 2%, down northern Arkansas, which, you know, there again, doesn't mean it can't happen. I just am I'm not sold on it. Just not sold on it. It's a very, very thin line. If it does even come down, looked like I saw a trough blowing through, and anything gonna ride that trough, yeah, that, you know, might get up there. We might get up to, like, up around Jonesboro, up in that area, and that trough come rolling through and nothing be there. Although, you know, some of the models I was looking at showed something, but they were very short-lived, like an hour or two. You know, that would be the best case scenario for me, would be to drive the 2 hours to get up there, hang around and see what happens. You know, obviously do a live stream. I'll pull that trigger tomorrow. And if you don't see anything, then obviously we're not going to be chasing. Probably do a community post, say, hey, you know, day looks pretty good up north, but we're not going that far. Sunday, really, I didn't even look at Sunday. That's tomorrow. Sunday, actually, I think was probably a better day. Maybe. No, that is Sunday. God, is that? That is insane. What day is it? No. Am I reading something wrong? What is going on? I think next week things might blow up again. However, I just am not seeing. If it does anything, it'll be a nighttime thing. Oh, hey, oh my goodness. Holy cow. Hang on, guys. News flash. Here we go. They just posted it. It just popped up. Lone Oak, Arkansas. Landspout. Broadcast media shared a picture of the possible landspout, time estimated from radar. There you have it. It is documented. One tornado today in Arkansas on a storm that was not, I repeat, not severe warned, and no tornado warning, period. I have the pictures. I can post it in chat. You want to go look at it and decide for yourself. Let me go find it real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna post it, and then we're probably gonna sign off of it. But you guys got to see this. It is absolutely freaking wild. Let me go get it. I'll post it in the chat, and I'll let you guys sort it out for yourself. Actually, there's a couple pictures, but I will show this one. I'm calling it a landfill. Come on. Let me in. All right, here it is, guys. You guys are gonna have to go over to Twitter. It's on Twitter. Oh, hey, Amanda. Girl, you're just in time for me, just about ready to shut down the stream. So yes, we had a landspout. It is classified as a tornado. It was on an unwarned storm, not severe tag, nothing on it, just a bunch of lightning. I was looking at it. I was actually going to take the stream. If it was still going at 8 o'clock, we were going to go chase it and have some fun with it. And literally, and I kid you not, when it touched down, because I was looking at it, there was nothing there. I mean, radar, you wouldn't even know it was going on. And I looked back on my radar, and it had a tag on it. And I went, what? Okay, when it was going on, I was sitting at the Waffle House. I was eating dinner. I went, God dang it. I was kicking myself because, I could have been out there. Where Lone Oak is, guys, we have chased in Lone Oak. Lone Oak is 16 miles away from my house. where that hit, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That's chaser's life. It happens. So yeah. Nice. That sounds like fun, Sonia. Oh, on social media, Tammy showed it to me. And what's the one? And so when Todd posted it, I was like, oh, this story of my life. Missed it, but we would have been in the area. We could have been in the area, but it just, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. It didn't do any hurt, it didn't hurt anything. I think it tore up a couple of grasshoppers, probably slung some grasshoppers and whatever. But guys, I am going to end this stream right now because my fire is actually dying and it's really stinking hot out here and muggy. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Wait for this thing to cycle through. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyways, before it buffers again, I know it's been buffering a lot tonight. It's just my internet. It's jacked up. But guys, I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Marcy, for the 5 gifted memberships. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Welcome new members. I will have to try to do more membership stuff. I'll probably do some membership stuff on our way to Pennsylvania. Maybe do a live, a couple hour live stream with you guys. So be looking for that. And just thank you everybody for just showing up. I mean, man, it's been a good time. Yeah, Kim, it was. Too bad I didn't see it. there'll be more. There'll be more. I'm confident of that. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. We've been going for about 3 hours now, a little over 3 hours. And if you were on the other, for some reason YouTube put another stream out there, said it was upcoming. I do not know what was going on with that, and I have not figured that out, because I am streaming right now on Restream, because I thought I was going to be on Twitch. Apparently I'm not. I was supposed to be. But anyway, because I'm trying to grow the Twitch side of things. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I've not ever really done it. I've got one out there. But thank you all again so much. Thank you, moderators. Marcy showing up. Good stream. We talked about a whole lot of stuff. Just a very chill night tonight. Would love to get more in here. I would love to see this thing just take off. I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going off my gut. I never really plan for anything. I always have, get inspiration as the day kind of goes on. I start thinking about, what I want to talk about and stuff like that. And usually, guys, I talk about it in the first 10, 15 minutes and then let the chat take over. And that, or as things come up. Yep, y'all are nerds. I agree. I will concur. But guys, I appreciate you being here. I've got to run inside, so enjoy the fire. The last few minutes of it. I've got to go turn things off. Oh, D-Man, you made it just in time. We're ending the stream. No problem. Appreciate you. Just got home from work. Yeah, I kind of figured. But guys, like I said, I appreciate you. Enjoy I'll let the stream go a little bit. I gotta run inside and turn things off, and it will literally take me a few minutes to get there. Oh, because I'm stiff. Matter of fact, I'll give it another minute or two. D-Man, good to have you here, buddy. I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you got off work, was able to come in and join us. Had some very good conversation tonight about the storms yesterday. Everything that happened yesterday happened for a reason. Thoughts and prayers go out to those that were involved or in it. There was a lot of PDS warnings out there, and those are the scary ones, guys. No joke. Those are the scary tornadoes. Those are not the ones you want to play around with. Those are the ones that are really actually doing a lot of damage. It was stressful for me being a chaser to watch Connor's stream. I was in Connor's chat, and I think they did an exceptional job in navigation and that, and just did a hell of a job. Kudos to Connor and his dad for being able to keep a calm head and get the job done. And hopefully they saved lives. I'm pretty sure they did, because, man. And that's what this stream is all about, is just kind of the decompression, talk about it, what you thought, what you saw yesterday if you were in it, that type of deal. Really, yeah, tornado emergencies, yes, most definitely. Yeah, Kim, let me tell you, I was kind of torn up myself, because I know what he was going through, and one thing to be a chaser, but it's another to have one hit your home. And when you're not there, it digs deep, and it really makes, you know, he said it himself. He says, this is going to cause me to rethink what I do from here on out. I heard him. I agree. It does make you stop and think and appreciate what you have, and it makes you more aware of the possibilities. You know, it just heightens, it just strengthens you as a chaser. You know, he was doing his job. You know, I don't fault him. You know, and I'd be the first one to say, hey, man, you were doing your job. You cannot predict these things. You know, but to be able to do what he did with the little communication that they had, and be able to actually get on it and follow it, you know, that was out of this world stuff. I mean, you can't make that up. You can't script that. You know, and I'm still, golly, you know, made me think of what I would do in that situation. You know, and that. And we've been there. You know, I've had to call, you know, family members when we're in a tornado warning. Hey, is everything cool? This is what it looks like. You know, passing that information along. And so, you know, I'm buying time here a little bit because D-Man just walked in the door. Yeah, a mile away from his house, it was an EF3. It was an EF3. And you know, to be able to go back and analyze it, I love the fact that you know, that we're able to go back and analyze what happened, because that was a classic example of a failed storm occlusion. Because normally they don't do that. I mean, it failed. Normally they go north, and it died. And that is one of the most hazardous things you could ever have happen chasing a storm, is have that sucker. If you're on the north side, that's why you always hear people, chasers say, don't ever come in from the north, because that thing could do exactly what it did. You would be stuck. You'd be stuck. And that's not the place you want to be. I've done it once, and it scared the living crap out of me when I realized what I'd done. I hook sliced it. That was back when we were in Diaz. I just knew what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be, and we got there as we watched the rotation go over us and plant a EF3 20 miles away from it that I was never going to catch up to. So, you know, it's a risk. You know, I figure anything within, if you got a tornado and if it's within a 10 mile radius of your house, it's too close. It's too close. I've had them. The one that hit Little Rock, it's 3.5 miles from my house, and that is a hard thing to swallow, because I was at work. I was at work when that hit. I was at work when the trees fell at my house. You know, and it just hits different. It just totally, it's like a gut punch. Yeah, that's a setting. I can turn it off. It's because I'm streaming with the vertical and the horizontal. That's all it is. And that's actually a YouTube thing. So, you know, if you're on your phone, if you want to see the new overlays, turn it horizontal and it'll automatically switch over. This is actually part of the restream that they've done with Restream, is that you can see it either way, and you're not going to see everything on the vertical, whereas if you lay it down horizontally, But yeah, this layout that you're seeing, if you're seeing it horizontally and you see the graphics down below, that's only for Fireside chats. You're not going to see that in a stream because that does not keep up live wherever I'm at, whatever town I'm in. It doesn't follow me. It's specific for that one area. So I'm gonna be in the process of looking for other overlays that actually keep up with my location, that are in that same thing, that has like the dew point and stuff like that. Uh-oh, what do we got coming in? Oh, hang on, guys. Got a jet coming in. It's not a C-130. It's just a civilian jet, very low. I have no idea. I don't know if she was scratching. I have no idea what the dog was doing. Busy night for Little Rock. All right, guys, it's time. We're going to shut things down. All right, guys, I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks again, Marcy, for the 5 donos. Welcome to Cowboy Chata on the stream. If you're a new member, appreciate you. Enjoy it. We'll try to get something going for you guys. And on that note, give me just a minute. I got to go turn things off in the house. And I got to take things in with me.
Did you want more wood on the fire? Nope, we're done.